Hey, Tim Sykes here, and I hope you're having a good weekend. I want to review a play that I think has a good pattern that will come about again and again and again. I need you to understand that no one play matters. No one play is going to make you rich. The key to making millions of dollars with penny stocks is small gains added up again and again and again, focusing on patterns that you know very well. For me, I love this pattern, this first Green Day pattern on CRON. This is a play. It doesn't look impressive over the past 100 days, but if you scroll out 200 days, this was one of the biggest supernovas. And you can kind of say that, it's been in this bottoming formation pattern for several months now. And it looks like it's about ready to, at least break out a little bit. I don't know how high it's going to go. I don't care. But every low is a little higher lately. And the cool thing is that even in its downtrend in the last, let's go to 50 days. Well, actually, no, let me go back to 100 days. Even in this kind of consolidation zone, it usually follows a pattern of at least 2 green days. You can see going back to here, literally 100 days ago. Let me actually pull back 120 days. So you can see going back all the way when it went supernova, this is awesome, from 3 to 11. But when it starts having green days, you can pretty much consistently see that there are 2 green days in a row. Here's 2 green days in a row. Here's 2 green days in a row. Here's 2 green days in a row. This one was 1 green day, but even though the next day finished red, it actually was a little higher for a little bit. So when you are buying on, at the end of the first green day, you can say, hey, I don't even care if it closes red the second day, as long at some point during the day, it is a little higher. So even though this is a failed 2 green day, I would look at this as a win, because if I'm buying this into the close here at 877, the next day at some point, it was at 9 plus. So this is a 40 cent a share gain, even though it finished lower. Here you can see here, this is like 4 green days in a row. Big volume push really here. Also, it's important to look, like some days are just like a normal green day. I'm looking for accelerated volume. You can see here, forget about just the price. You can see 2 big green days in the volume. 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 And then on Friday, we have 1. Oh, I should actually talk about more recently this kind of coiling pattern, I guess you would say. 2 green days with 2 green days in volume, 2 green days with 2 green days in volume. And then here we had, look at this. This was trying to be a 2 green day, and then it failed, and then it kind of changed the pattern a little bit where Friday was a solid green day. So I think a lot of people were confused on Thursday thinking, okay, 2 green days in a row, and this one failed. And then Friday, it was like, Mortal Kombat, like, get back there. And so it had a kind of a new pattern. And this is what's so cool about Friday. Forget about the fact that it's just the first green day with a nice little volume spike. It was closing strong on strong volume. But if you look at the 14-day chart, look at this. It had problems right here at 670, 670. And on Thursday, when it really failed, it was around 670. So when it was succeeding at 670, that was the time that showed me, wait a minute, this thing can keep going. That's frankly why I bought on a Friday afternoon in the 670s, because it was disproving these 3 failed breakouts. It was showing that it wanted more with a volume spike. And then after hours, it actually hit 695. So the real resistance is right here at 7. If you look at a 14-day chart, if you look at a 20-day chart, I like to look at multiple time frames. This is the real resistance right here at 685 and like 690-ish. This is a 15-minute chart, so it's going to be a little different than a 1-minute chart. This is why I like looking at 1-minute charts, frankly, because 1 minute you can see here that the high was 7. But on the 15-minute chart, because it only lasted there for a little bit pre-market. On the 15-minute chart, 685 is the high. So I don't know. Is 670 the high? The resistance is 680, is 690? We don't know. All I know is that this one was finishing high on a Friday afternoon with strong volume and a potential first green day, especially into the weekend. If you actually look at a lot of my videos and you look at a lot of my top students, let me just show you. I've made, closing in on 5 million this year in total profits. This year in 2018 so far, I've made about $70,000. Just small gains, because remember, I'm trading with a small account. I mean, I have a lousy 2,000 shares of CRON. I could have bought 20,000 shares. I could have bought 50,000 shares if I really was trading big. But I'm trading with a small account, and I'm closing in on 5 million. Mark Crook, also give him props, please. He just passed over 1 million. If you see him in chat, you Trading Challenge students, if you see him in a webinar, just give him a little congratulations, because this is a big thing. But what I wanted to say, when you hold stocks over the weekend, I mean, I did a video lesson the other day, and if you look at the categories on Profitly, let's see, I guess it would be under classic lessons. You guys should all use those categories. I'll post the link just under this video. But if you look at some of the recent video lessons and the patterns, the best low price stock patterns, video lessons 55.75 through 55.79. And then also, let's see, what's another good one to watch that this kind of makes a good point. Let's see. The second best pattern for small accounts, 55.18 through 55.22. This is kind of the same exact kind of pattern where this is a first green day. And, Mark Crook likes first green days. I like first green days. Tim Grittani likes first green days on OTCs. CRON is not an OTC play. It's a NASDAQ, but it trades like an OTC. So it doesn't just have to be OTCs. The more you study, you start learning different stocks and different characteristics and different price actions. So I'm very comfortable being long my 2,000 shares here in the 670s because after hours is up to 695, so I already could take a few $100 profit if I really wanted to. But I like seeing it test this 695.7 level. I'm curious to see if we can get into the sevens. Again, because this is a convincing first green day, and because, I mean, just in the past 14 days, look at this, 2 green days in a row, 2 green days in a row. This is a slight variation because I think a lot of people were disappointed on Thursday, and then, the reconfirmation on Friday. But now you have this whole little coiling pattern. I guess you could say this is an ascending triangle where the lows are higher, and now it is right at this key breakout level. Is it 675? Is it 680? Is it 690? Is it 7? I don't know. All I know is that it's going to test. If it fails at 7, okay, I'll take 25 cents a share profit and make $500. Maybe it has news on Monday, or maybe it has, volume, and it tests this high. I don't think it's going to get to $8 a share. That would be, a pretty big move for this stock. But then again, I mean, when it has bounced, 2 big green days, 2 big green days, 4 big green days, 2 green days, 2 green days. So it has a history of having multiple days up. And again, it closed at 684. After hours is at 690. Already hit 695. Just for a little bit. The volume isn't that strong. But this is what I like. I don't know how high this can go. I don't know if it's going to fail. But this is why I like buying stocks on a Friday. Because this obviously popped up on a lot of traders' radars. I got to thank somebody in chat brought it up. A few people did. They got better entries than me. But when a stock like this is closing so strongly on massive volume, this is just a massive ramp into the close, and now after hours it's ramping up higher. Good things usually happen, whether it's news or people looking at it. Wait, I saw a chart posted. Let me find this chart. Here's a chart posted, and this is the kind of ascending triangle that I'm talking about. Where you have higher lows. Look, 475, 512, 526, 550, 576, 588, and then you have this kind of lower highs. But it comes to a point, and now we're at this point where we finally have broken out of this triangle. So again, people have different indicators, and they care about different stuff. For me, I'm most interested in seeing what stocks can accomplish. The fact that this is broken out of an ascending or descending triangle. I don't even know the fucking names of these technical patterns. I know what a breakout looks like, and I know, frankly, why I think this can keep going. This chart was actually posted when it was in the mid sixes. So, good call. I was a little late on this one. But again, someone in the chat room pointed it out, and all this MACD compression and all these advanced technicals, I don't know. For me, I'm looking for a second green day. I'm looking for a volume push. I'm looking for it to test in the sevens. And whether I make 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents, or 40 or 50 cents, there's more upside. And guess what? If I'm wrong, if it fails, I simply exit and I lose 5 or 10 cents. So if there's 50 cents of upside and my risk is that I lose 5 cents, 10 to 1 risk to reward, my guess is I'll make 20 to 30 cents. This isn't anything huge. This isn't going to get you rich, but you make a few $100 here, there. It adds up over time. That's the whole point of this. And I would encourage you to watch, my recent video lessons, like when to hold stocks overnight, and all the video lessons about like the first green day, or how OTC plays. I mean, you really should watch all my video lessons. A lot of people say, Tim, you have 5,500 video lessons. Which are the top 10 or the top 20 or top 50? Listen, if you are going to become my next millionaire student, you got to grind. You can't try to cheat success. I see too many people where they're like, yeah, Tim, I'll study a little bit. Okay, stop pushing, stop nagging. And it's like, I'm the bad guy for pushing you to study. I'm the bad guy for creating so many video lessons. Like, oh, why can't it just be simpler? Look, you don't have to study, okay? You don't have to watch all 5,500 video lessons. Most people don't. But I will say that your odds of success go way up. Mark Crook, everyone says, oh, how do I become your next millionaire student? How do I get, stats like this? And the answer is by studying, okay? I know you don't want to hear it. I know you just want hot picks, but the way that whoever brought this up, and again, it was several students in the chat room, the way that they brought this up is because they've studied and they've known the patterns. The way that Mark Crook has now passed over 1 million, he's the one who categorized everything, okay? He came up with all of these freaking categories. Oh, wait, where was it? I don't know. He came up with the categories, okay? And it's because he watched all of my video lessons 3 times. Let's just do some math here, real quick. Let me just do some basic math. I'm not that good at math, but we have roughly 5,500 video lessons. The reason why some people are confused too on Profitly, like when it says like 5506 through 5509, and it looks like it's 4 video lessons, but there's really just 1 video, it's because it's in 5-minute increments. And the reason why we did this is so that we can keep track of the total library length, right? So 5,500 video lessons times 5. So my total video lesson library is 27,500 minutes roughly. Some of it is off a little bit because I didn't do this in the beginning, which is 458 hours of study, okay? Let's just do the math. If you study for 3 hours a day, 365 times 3. Wait, this is how bad at math I am, FYI. This is a real life lesson. I'm trying to say, like, if you study 3 hours a day, hold up, let me do this. It's 458 hours. Be embarrassed for me. I'm not even going to edit this video. I want you to see how I am not great at math. Some people think that I'm like a math genius. If you study 3 hours a day, right? 3 times 365. So that is 1,095 divided by 458. Okay, I was on the right track. If you study 3 hours every single day, you can watch my entire video lesson library 2 times over. 2.5 times over in 1 year. Obviously, there's going to be new videos, so call it twice. That's what it takes to become a millionaire, okay? Not watching 10 or 20 or 30 videos. You have to learn from every single video lesson, every single example. And CRON, no matter how it plays out, this is the latest example of a first green day. It doesn't have any great news catalyst. Wheat stocks aren't that hot right now. It's just a simple chart play and a price action play. So learn from it, recognize it, whether I win or whether I lose. I want you to start seeing how I see the market and how I plan these trades. Because the more times you see it over and over and over and over and over again, it gets easier. And studying the past, it gets easier. And that's the key to all of this. Even if you study everything, I can't guarantee that you're going to be a millionaire, but it ups your odds of success because it ups your preparation level. And preparation is the key to success in this game. seeing patterns, seeing the same kinds of stuff over and over again before other people. I didn't even know about the MACD crossover or the ascending triangle. I said, fuck that. Okay? I saw a stock closing strong on Friday. I know this stock has run many times before. I've traded it several times before. I know that it runs for multiple days. I know its price action pretty much inside and out. And to me, I think this has more to run. We'll see if I'm right or not. I could be wrong. Any trade can go wrong. But this is a pattern in a trade that I'm very, very comfortable with because I've traded it before, I've studied it before, and I am prepared. And that gives me good odds of success. Leave a comment underneath this video if I'm helping you understand what it actually takes to be successful. Okay? I know you want to not put in the time. Most people. Some of you guys are good. Some of you girls are good out there. Where you're like, yeah, Tim, I get it. But the rest of you need reinforcements every single day to remember to study this stuff. That's it. Leave a comment. Let's see what you think.